Well, good morning, brothers and sisters. You know, in South Carolina, the governor of that state wears high-heeled shoes to kick unions out. Well, I wore my cowboy boots to kick some doggone politicians out. Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming out. We're certainly not going to let a little bit of snow dampen our spirits, are we? No matter what the outcome is today or later this week, we will not give up, will we? Well, thank you for your continued dedication and this continuing fight to preserve rights for workers in Wisconsin. And if you look to your right and you look to your left, I'm sure you're going to see some very familiar faces. Because just about every one of us have been out here many times over. We're the stubborn ones. We're the diehards. We're the ones that keep coming back time after time. And no matter how tough the fight, no matter how distant the odds, no matter if we won or lost the last time, we keep showing up. It hasn't been easy these last 4 years here in Wisconsin. We've endured some of the worst times that labor unions have seen in decades. And we just keep waking up to that same damn nightmare. 23 days short of 4 years past, I stood on these very steps of this Capitol on a cold winter's day and said to you, make no mistake, my brothers and sisters, if Scott Walker is allowed to crush collective bargaining for public employees in Wisconsin, it will only be a matter of time before the private union sector is attacked and the dominoes will fall. Well, here we are. The dominoes have fallen, and all of organized labor is under a full-scale attack. And this will end up being one of the darkest chapters in organized labor's history if Wisconsin becomes the 25th state to succumb to the right to work for less law. Right to work is wrong for Wisconsin's economy. A poll taken earlier this week showed that 71% of those polled do not want right to work in Wisconsin. And a petition of almost 500 businesses throughout the state of Wisconsin signed a petition saying we want nothing to do with right to work. And thousands of citizens of this state showed up yesterday to testify why right to work is wrong for Wisconsin, and they locked us out. That's wrong. Right to work laws have absolutely nothing to do with being forced to pay dues to a union. It's about creating an even greater imbalance of power. Organized labor is the final frontier when it comes to defending the rights of workers. Is government so stupid that they don't realize that the middle-class American people are the economic engine of this country? Do they not realize that? Because when we make good wages and we have the security of good benefits like health care and a pension at the end of our working day, we, the middle class, spend money. We spend money. Brothers and sisters, we are a force to be reckoned with. We may not be able to compete financially, but by God, we know how to put on a hell of a get-out-the-vote campaign, and that's what they don't like. That's what they're trying to stop. You know, there is a preponderance of evidence that overwhelmingly establishes that the standard of living in states with right to work is lower. Workers in free bargaining states make in excess of $5,000 a year in comparison to the right-to-work states. In right-to-work states, significantly more people have no health insurance and have no pension. And poverty and infant mortality rates are substantially higher. And stunningly enough, the rate of workplace deaths is 53% higher in those right-to-work states. right to work states spend less on education, have fewer students proficient in math and reading, and have proportionately fewer residents that graduate from high school and attend college. Look, let me tell you, there's a lot of organizations out there that require individuals to pay dues. And to name one, the Bar Association. The Bar Association, as an attorney, a lawyer that would wish to defend you, cannot appear in the court of law unless they pay dues to the Bar Association. It is required. It is required to pay dues to the Bar Association. Even my 7-year-old grandson pays dues to belong to the Cub Scouts. Now you tell me how that's so damn different than a person working in a union shop having to pay dues to reap the benefits of a union contract. Now I'll tell you what, I got a suggestion. If Wisconsin wants to enact a right-to-work law, then I would suggest that they enact an overall right-to-work law that allows all of the workers and all of the citizens of this state to pay their fair share of taxes in this state if they choose to do so. So what's the difference? You work in a union shop, you pay union dues. You work in the state of Wisconsin, you pay taxes. But it's okay. Wisconsin lets all of these large corporations come into this state, make huge profits, and don't pay a dime in taxes. What's wrong with that? Let me tell you, that's bullshit.
That's Walker's Club.
Bullshit, 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 bullshit.
Brothers and sisters, let me just tell you, this piece of shit governor and the state legislators are literally on the end of the puppet strings that are controlled by Alec. I've seen the sign out here. And their ultimate goal is to eliminate your voice. And that's bullshit. We as a union, brothers and sisters, are the last bulkhead keeping them from total control. And the only way that we're going to stop the right to work laws and the other forms of legislation that hurt the middle class is to stand still. That's right, I said stand still. I think it's about time that we stop the production in this country. Let's stand still. Let's stop the trucks from moving freight across this country. Let's stand still. Let's stop the planes and the trains from moving people. Let's stand still. I'm getting sick and tired of coming to these rallies singing Kumbaya and end up getting screwed. It's time we take action in this country, brothers and sisters. It's time we take action, or these politicians will take every damn thing left away from us. And I'm not going to let that happen to me. Every person that carries a union card or used to carry a union card, we need to band together and stop this crap from happening. Are you with me? Do you agree with me? Then let's do something and stop just talking about it. Solidarity, brothers and sisters.